Hello and welcome back to our FAQ series. This time, I'm here to discuss some of your questions regarding the NexiGo TriVision Ultra. How do you read the color calibration report? How do you power the Fire TV stick? What's that buzzing sound coming from the speakers? What ceiling mount should you use? These are the questions I'll be answering today. As always, feel free to skip ahead to your question using the timestamps in the description below. Let's dive in. How do I read the calibration report that came with my TriVision Ultra? When you unbox your TriVision Ultra for the first time, you'll find a printout that looks something like this. This is the color calibration report for your projector. It tells you exactly how color accurate your projector is right out of the box. Now, each of these reports is unique, so yours may look slightly different, but I'll walk you through each of the steps to help you interpret your own report. 1. The model number. First, at the top, you can see the basic info about your projector, the model name, and the serial number. 2. Measurement condition. Next, in the measurement condition section, you'll find information about the conditions, settings, and criteria we use to measure for your color calibration report. Under gamut primaries is the color gamut range that we used as a reference to test color accuracy in the color difference section of your report. We use Rec 709, which is the most common color gamut for TV and movies. Under gamma formula is the reference point we use to create the color gamma section below. We use BT 1886, which is standard gamma for Rec 709 content. Next, under picture mode is the projector setting we use to take all of our measurements. As a side note, since we use Cinema Pro while calibrating your projector, you'll get the best possible color for movies and TV when using Cinema Pro. Finally, under color temperature is the standard we use to measure white balance. D65 is the same as 6500 degrees Kelvin, which is the color of daylight. We use this neutral color temperature to take measurements for the color difference section of your report. 3. Color gamma. In this next section is the color gamma, or EOTF. The y-axis is the luminance of the colors, while the x-axis is the electrical input needed to create those colors. The red line represents the ideal value, while the blue line represents the measurement from your projector. When the color gamma of your projector is ideal, the blue line will completely cover the red line. As you can see, the color gamma of this projector is perfect in the low and high range, but runs very slightly bright in the middle. 4. Color difference. Next is the color difference section. Here you can see the delta E reading of your projector. Here, delta E is the difference between the colors you see on screen and the actual colors of the content you're watching. A reading under 1 is so slight that the human eye cannot see the difference. On this projector, the average is just below 1, and the maximum difference goes up to 1.8, an amount that is still undetectable by most people. Below that is a breakdown of which colors run the most difference from their original source. The higher the value, the less accurate the color is. As you can see, the magenta and red on this projector are more prone to color differences, while the green and white are spot on. To the right of this table is a chart showing the color accuracy and how it matches up to the Rec 709 color gamut. Inside the dotted yellow line is the Rec 709 color gamut, and the blue dots on the line are 6 spots that represent the extremes of the Rec 709 color gamut. We use these to test for color range. The blue dot in the center of the gamut is our neutral daylight white. Each of the X's are the actual measurements from your projector. When the X is perfectly centered on the blue dot, the color reproduction is perfect. But as long as the X falls somewhere within the blue dot, the color reproduction meets our standards of excellence. 5. QR codes. All the way at the bottom are QR codes going to our Facebook page and our support page, where you can find all sorts of guides and troubleshooting information for your projector, including a quick start guide to help you get set up for the first time. Why can't my TriVision Ultra power my Fire TV stick? So, you've put your Fire TV stick into the hidden compartment on the bottom of your projector, and you've plugged in both cables. Your Fire TV stick should be all set for your next show binge, but when you power it on, you get an error message. USB power insufficient. This is a confusing and frustrating message to receive, but rest assured that if you see it, you can continue watching as normal. This is a common error message that Fire TV sticks give by mistake. Based on our testing, it has no effect on your TV stick and you can continue watching as normal. However, we do recommend tweaking a few settings on your Fire TV stick for the best viewing experience. To start, update your device to the latest software version by going to Settings, then My Fire TV, then About, then Check for Updates. Then, set resolution to auto by going to Settings, then Display and Sound, then display, then video resolution, and then auto up to 4K Ultra HD. Set dynamic range settings to adaptive by going to Settings, then Display and Sound, then Display, then Dynamic Range Settings, then Adaptive. Set CEC Control to On by going to Settings, then Display and Sound, then CEC Control, then On. This will enable you to control the Fire TV with the TriVision Ultra remote. To control the TriVision Ultra with the Fire TV remote, go to Equipment Control, then Manage Equipment, then TV, then Infrared Options, then IR Profile, then Change IR Profile, then Find IR Profile, and enter 4737. With these settings, you'll have the smoothest viewing experience possible. Why is my TriVision Ultra making a buzzing noise? We've heard some reports of customers hearing a buzzing noise coming from the TriVision Ultra when it's hooked up to speakers. There are two common causes for this issue, either incorrect audio settings or a faulty amplifier. To rule out a problem with the settings, try out different settings on both your projector and each of your audio devices. If that didn't get rid of the buzzing noise, please try doing a factory reset to return to the default audio settings. At this point, if you're not using any external speakers and you still hear a buzzing noise, then you may have a faulty unit. Please contact us at cs@nexigo.com for further steps. If you are using external speakers, please unplug them and try using the projector's inbuilt speakers. If the sound is gone, you'll know the issue lies with one of your audio devices. In our experience, this issue is almost always caused by the amplifier, but it may also be an issue with your receiver or speakers. Please plug in one device at a time to determine the source of the buzzing noise. Once you find it, don't rush to replace your unit just yet. There's a few other things that you can try. Make sure that all of your cables are inserted all the way, and also make sure that your audio system is connected to HDMI 1 eARC. This will get you better audio quality than using the 3.5mm jack. Some customers have also been able to solve this issue using a pure fiber optic HDMI cable for audio. If all else fails, we recommend reaching out to the community at AVS Forum for further troubleshooting and audio device recommendations. Link in the description below. How do I ceiling mount the TriVision Ultra? There are two ways to mount your TriVision Ultra to your ceiling. Either you can use a ceiling mount like this one that only requires a single tripod thread, or you can use a VESA mount like this one. To mount your TriVision to a VESA mount, you'll need to remove the rubber feet from the bottom of the projector. Underneath, you'll find the mounting holes that you can use to attach to your VESA mount. Follow the instructions that came with your ceiling mount for proper installation. We recommend using an adjustable mount to get proper alignment without keystone correction, since this will get you the lowest possible latency. However, if you won't be using your projector for gaming, then low latency may not be important to you. If that's the case, you can enable auto keystone correction and auto screen fit for effortless alignment and setup. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below and we'll get to them as soon as possible. See you next time.